start this segment by saying, I love you, Mom, and don't be upset about anything I'm about to say. But it can be the most difficult relationship in your life, the relationship between mother and daughter. Why is it so difficult, and what can we do to repair that damaged relationship? Making Up with Mom is a new book, Why Mothers and Daughters Disagree About Kids, Careers, and Casseroles, and what to do about it. And the authors are here, Julie Halpert and Dr. Debbie Carr. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for inviting us.
All right, so what is it about her that drives me so nuts? Why is it that it's always such a tough relationship? I love you, Mom. Go ahead.
Well, the main reason is that mothers really are just trying to be helpful, and they feel like they...
You sound like my mother.
That's right, of course I do. They want to give advice, and we sometimes interpret that as criticism or judgment or falling short. We want to be super moms and super women and have a perfect house, and we want our moms to approve of our life choices. So when she doesn't, it can be a real problem.
But isn't it true that we are so different? We come from such different eras. The options in her day are so different from the options and technological advances from our day.
Absolutely. Women have so many more options for education and careers and child-rearing choices, whether to even have a child. And their mothers can't always understand why they're doing what they're doing. And so even if mom wants what's best, what mom thinks is best isn't always what the daughter thinks is best.
And mom's not always right.
She's not always right, but her intentions are always right.
All right, so Making Up with Mom is the book you put together, but tell me how you went about putting this book together.
Well, what we did is we felt like it would be best to tell the story through the words of women, of course. So we interviewed 100 mothers and daughters, and we got their stories of conflict, focusing on different generational issues, everything from courtship, cohabitation, marriage, parenting, and then we identified key areas of dispute, and then we have a large team of therapists who weigh in on each dispute and how to resolve it.
So give me some of those really good tips for people, because nobody can push your button like a mom. So how can you make that button a little less sensitive?
I think one important thing to do is for women to recognize that their mother has changed over time as the daughter has changed over time. So moms need to recognize that their daughters are now mature and savvy and know how to make good choices, but daughters often have to recognize that their mother's not the strict, harsh disciplinarian she was 20 years ago, that she really is coming from a place of kindness as opposed to a place of control.
And other things you can do are you can think before you speak, and then maybe word your messages a little more, with empathy. So instead of saying, your house is such a mess, I've got to clean it, you could say, I know you're really busy. Is there any way I can step in and give you a hand? And often those messages might be received much better if they're presented that way.
I just need you on my shoulder before I speak to remind me of how to say it just in the right way. Because usually it's not what they're trying to say, it's how it's said. And you talked about this in the book, and it's really how I try to live my life. That even when we're in a disagreement and we're really going at it about something, that you always should think that perhaps this is the last time you get to talk to your mom or to your daughter.
Absolutely, and you don't want to have regrets. And I think the main thing is we tend to really hold our parents, our mothers and daughters, to very high standards. And if you appreciate the positive in each other, you can really go a long way towards coming together and not having those regrets at the end of their life.
And never stop saying I love you.
Of course.
Absolutely.
All right. The book is called Making Up with Mom, Why Mothers and Daughters Disagree About Kids, Careers, and Casseroles. Julie Halpert, Debbie Carr, thanks so much for being with us. And, of course, they will be Sunday at 2 o'clock at Borders at Waters Place in Ann Arbor to sign the book.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We are following breaking news live at 11. Fox News' Carrie Birmingham is out on the story. Carrie.
Well, Lila, 2 young men are dead, another in serious condition.